Ready now for the main event of the evening. Let's go back ringside. Mauro Ranallo.
Thanks a lot, BC. History about to be made as Deontay Wilder, in his maiden voyage as WBC heavyweight champion, takes on the upset-minded Eric Molina. Back here at ringside, and Paulie, Deontay Wilder's knockout streak ended in his 33rd fight, but he supplanted Berman Stavern to become the WBC heavyweight champ, the first American champ since Shannon Briggs back in 2007. Did he answer all of the questions in that fight?
He started to answer some of them for sure. We had never seen him go the distance. We weren't sure how well he could box because the knockouts had come so fast. We weren't sure if he had a chin because we hadn't really seen him get hit. So in that fight, we saw a little bit of everything. He's a work in progress, but at the same time, certainly a talented heavyweight who deserved to win that heavyweight championship. And like I said, work in progress. He'll continue to get better.
Meanwhile, Al, the prohibitive underdog, Eric Molina, coming into hostile territory, sold out here at Bartow Arena. He really does have a huge mountain to climb tonight.
He does. You know, the onus of proof is on Eric Molina to prove, among other things, that the top 10 ranking by the WBC is not specious, and he belongs in the ring against Deontay Wilder. But he's been very confident this week, says it's one punch away from turning the world on its ear. And let's see how he might do that. Let's take a look at the keys to victory for Eric Molina. He's got to keep his left hand up. Wilder has a very good right hand. The uppercut, he has a very good one. He can only use it on the inside, and that's kind of an opportunity punch for him. The right hand, he has a good one. It hurt Chris Arreola, and it's knocked out a lot of heavyweights. As for Deontay Wilder, he is effective when he fights tall, and when he fights tall, he doesn't lunge in with his right hand. Lunging in with that punch could give Molina a chance to land a counterpunch. And his right hand, one of the very best in boxing.
The heavyweight championship has been defended all over the world. Tonight, for the first time, it is defended in the great state of Alabama. Let's go to Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Well, fans, the time has come for the bout you've all been waiting for. It's the heavyweight championship of the world. Please welcome the boxers as they make their way to the ring. First, here is the challenger, ranked number 7 heavyweight in the world from Texas, the drummer boy, Eric Molina.
Drummer boy Molina being serenaded by a chorus of boos from this sold-out crowd here at Bartow Arena in Birmingham, Alabama. The 33-year-old, an 8-year veteran, looking to become just the 4th eventual heavyweight titleist to suffer a knockout loss in his professional debut. He wants to join the likes of James Bone Crusher Smith, Mike Weaver, and Michael Bent. He wants to do what his longtime camp member, Oliver McCall, the Atomic Bull, was able to do back in 1994 when he shocked the world by upsetting Lennox Lewis.
much that you take out of these rounds. Okay, we better than with no respect, she's better now.
Every single person in this sold-out arena is on its feet. A thunderous ovation for the man who looks to continue to put the BAM in Alabama. America's first heavyweight champion in nearly a decade, keeping his promise and bringing his first title defense to home, sweet home, Alabama. So we are set for the main event. The lyrics of Maine and Millie reverberating throughout this sold-out arena. Let's go to the tail of the tape, Al.
Well, for Deontay Wilder, you always look at the height and reach numbers, and even though Eric Molina's a pretty big heavyweight, those numbers are dramatic. And the other, in terms of an edge for him, and the other big number, Molina, a 33-year-old veteran who many believe is in the final stages of his career. Can he find that fountain of youth here tonight?
He broke America's 17-fight winless streak in major heavyweight title bouts tonight in front of family and friends. Tuscaloosa, Alabama's Deontay Wilder gets set to defend the WBC heavyweight championship for the first time against Eric Molina.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, and we welcome you to the Bartow Arena here on the campus of the University of Alabama at Birmingham for the featured bout of the evening, brought to you by DeBella Entertainment in association with Don King Productions and Showtime, sponsored by Corona, La Cerveza Más Fina. This bout is sanctioned by the World Boxing Council, the President Mauricio Suleiman, Supervisor Alberto Leon, along with the Alabama Athletic Commission Executive Director Joseph McCormick. Introducing our three judges scoring this bout from ringside: from Georgia, Erwin Deutsch; from Mississippi, Keith Hughes; and from Tijuana in Mexico, Juan Carlos Pelayo. Our third man to the ring, our referee in charge of the action, Jack Reese. All right, fans, here we go with the main event of the evening, 12 rounds of boxing for the WBC Heavyweight Championship of the world. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, live from Birmingham, Alabama, it's showtime! Introducing to you first, the challenger. On my right, fighting out of the red corner, wearing black trunks with gold trim, representing the Rio Grande Valley in South Texas. He weighed in at 239 1/4 pounds. With a record of 23 wins and 2 losses, he has 17 wins coming by way of knockout. He is ranked the WBC number 7 heavyweight in the world, tonight making his first attempt at a world title and looking to become the first Mexican-American heavyweight world champion. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the challenger, Eric Drummer Boy Molina. And his opponent across the ring on my left, the defending world champion, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing crimson trunks with black trim, fighting out of and proudly representing his hometown of Tuscaloosa, Alabama. He weighed in at 229 pounds with a sensational record of 33 wins, no losses. He has 32 big wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight, making the first defense of his title, please welcome the 2008 U.S. Olympic bronze medalist and the first American in nearly a decade to hold the heavyweight world title. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, here's our referee in charge now to give instructions, Jack Reese.
Step back a second, please. Step back a second, please. Everybody out except 1 second only. Get them out of the ring. All right, mouthpiece. Mouthpiece. Deontay. Both belts are good. Gentlemen, I gave you both instructions in the dressing room. I just want to remind you, listen and obey my commands at all time. Protect yourself at all time. Fight hard, but fight clean. Good luck to both of you.
Veteran referee Jack Reese assigned to this WBC Heavyweight Championship bout, an historic night here in Alabama. And Deontay Wilder continuing to make history, becoming the first undefeated American to win a title since the first ever Southpaw heavyweight champ, Michael Moore, in 1994. He's recorded 18 first-round knockouts. Meanwhile, Molina has 5 first-round KOs. He knows he's the underdog. He says he's been an underdog all his life, and as a wise man once said, every dog has his day. He's looking to spoil the Birmingham party.
You ready?
The bell and round 1.
One of the things about Eric Molina is he fights from the outside, which is the place you really don't want to be all the time against Wilder. Wilder flicks the jab out. In his last 4 fights, Wilder has thrown 36 jabs per round. That's a lot for a heavyweight. That's because Mark Breland, his trainer, who is a great amateur, has worked hard on that jab.
The champ in crimson with black, of course, from Tuscaloosa, home of the Crimson Tide. The challenger in the gold and black, hoping to take this version of gold back with him, back to the Lone Star State.
The thing about Molina is not only is he fighting on the outside, but he's also not getting busy. So you're going to allow Deontay to start setting the pace with his jab and maybe set his distance with the right hand. So Molina, if he's going to be on the outside, he might want to start getting busy.
Yeah, he said he was going to be aggressive coming out in this fight. Has not done it.
Wilder promised to defend the championship for the first time in his native Alabama, and Alabamians have responded by selling out the Bartow Arena.
You don't want to languish on the ropes against Wilder either.
Wilder possesses an insalubrious right hand, and he's looking to connect on Molina, who also possesses a decent right hand. He knocked down Chris Arreola in round 1 before he was stopped by Arreola in his last loss. He's reeled off 5 consecutive wins since.
Different proposition because he has to find the distance on Deontay in order to throw the right hand. And Deontay's jab is going to not make it easy for him to find that distance.
Wilder, there was talk he wanted to face Tyson Fury. Now there's talk that the recognized heavyweight champion Vladimir Klitschko will face Fury later in the year. Of course, Povetkin, the mandatory challenger, waiting in the wings.
You can just see what Molina's doing. He's looking to steal a shot with a right hand off of Deontay. He's looking for Deontay to give him the opportunity, but Deontay's going to keep walking him down and keep him at the distance with that jab.
Now, they believe, Molina's camp, that when he throws the right, Wilder may lunge in, and I think they're looking for Molina to counter him right now.
Wilder, like his trainer, former 2-time welterweight champion and Olympian Mark Breland, likes to work off that selfie stick jab.
That's the first right hand that mattered, and it looks like it made a difference to Molina.
And again, he won't waste the right hand. Deontay won't throw it just to throw it. He'll make sure he sets his distance behind the jab first. So if Molina's going to wait, he might be waiting for a while.
An incredible atmosphere, the buzz palpable. The fans responding to everything that Deontay Wilder does. A measured, composed, patient opening round. Molina trying to chase him down. So a getting to know you round 1 here in Birmingham. And Molina comes back at the end of the round.
You see, he can't find his distance.
The Wilder family out in full force, supporting their charge, inspired by the birth of his daughter Naia, born with spina bifida, worked odd jobs, gave up his athletic pursuits for a couple of years, but then turned to boxing. And it's brought him a championship and a great life for his family. And we have another heavyweight who was born in Alabama, never competed here. The only 5-time heavyweight champion of the world, the real deal, Evander Holyfield, arguably the last great American
American heavyweight champion.
You're in your matrix and you're offset. You cannot hit you with that uppercut.
That was Jay Deeds, one of the co-trainers, putting his head in and saying, be careful of that uppercut, because Molina threw it right at the end of the round, and he has a very good uppercut.
And early in his career, we saw Wilder, when he flashed the jab, he would lean to his right, leaving himself susceptible to an uppercut, but it was the right uppercut at the end of the round that Molina teased. But now, that battering ram jab by Wilder in effect.
Molina only threw 7 punches in round 1, so that is not bode well for him so far.
And again, you see Molina just waiting because he's looking for the Deontay to lunge in or get reckless with his offense. But Deontay has no problem staying on the end of the jab until he finds a proper distance. And you see right there, Molina trying to negotiate distance. He's going to have to do better than that because he's going to have to earn his distance for his right hand, just like Deontay's looking to earn it with behind his own jab. Deontay will not just let him find the range for that right hand. It's not going to be that easy.
Now there's Molina trying to counter with the right, and I think that's part of their plan.
But weight was going backwards out. Right. See, if you're going to counter with the right, you're going to have to transfer your weight back to go over the top of the jab and bring it forward.
Wilder has Molina cornered. Molina bull rushes out. And again, Wilder sticks that effective jab at 6'7", joins Vitaly Klitschko as the tallest WBC heavyweight champs. At 7 feet tall, Nikolai Valuev was the tallest heavyweight champion in history. Just past the midway point of round 2. There's a right uppercut by Molina, but immediately backs back to the ropes.
He's hoping that, and in that case, Wilder had leaned in a little bit. He's hoping that he can lean in and he can get him. You know, Molina.
Oh, clubbing right hand by Molina, but gets tagged with a counter jab.
Molina, a very interesting man as well, a special education teacher, graduate of the University of Texas. He thinks he's got a story to tell. He's got to do well in this fight to tell it.
Highly educated individual, but getting educated by the Wilder jab thus far in this fight. There's a 1-2 combination. Final minute of the second by Wilder. Looking to land that wrecking ball right.
The thing about Wilder is you're going to have to disguise it a little better because Molina knows the right hand is coming. He knows that's Wilder's preferred punch, and he's ducking underneath every time Wilder gets too close. So Deontay's going to have to do a better job of disguising it if he wants to get it off.
Right hand to the body by Molina as he closed the distance. Wilder with a 5-inch reach advantage. There's a right hand and a right to the body. The best punches thrown by Molina, but again, stopped by that stiff jab. Wild right hand by the challenger.
Careful when he's trying now.
Work with speed. We work off speed. He's trying to land one hard shot. Drop the right hand, left hook, right hand on it. Use angles. He wants you to stay in front of him. We work.
Wilder landing a jab and a right hand. They didn't land perfectly, but he's throwing the 1-2 combination and pushing Molina against the ropes. Now, Molina had his moments here. You see him trying to land that uppercut from the outside. Did get the good right hand in and the body shot. Actually, Molina shouldn't even have been able to throw that right uppercut from so far out without being countered, but he did.
Because right there, you probably should get countered with a left hook, and Deontay doesn't throw too many of those left hooks.
He does not. Good point, Bowen.
Stay in the corner.
One thing I noticed about Deontay in those replays out, he's going all of his right hands to the head. He's head hunting too much. Throw some right hands to the stomach, to the chest, just to get Molina's mind off of thinking the right hand's coming to the head all the time.
Wilder won the championship on January 17th, his favorite fighter, Muhammad Ali's 73rd birthday. Of course, the greatest of all time, known for making predictions in poetic fashion. Wilder didn't want to make predictions, but he told us to look forward to this round, round 3.
Molina a little sloppy the way he tries to negotiate distance, but at least he's making himself a small target on his way in. And here, right here, you want to see Deontay throw a right hand to the chest, maybe. What it'll do is, it won't hurt too much. It won't hurt Molina too much. What it'll do is maybe it'll set up Molina for the follow-up 1-2, which could come to the head out.
Yeah, it's a very good point. You know, Molina is oh my, that right hand, I think, made an impression to Deontay Wilder.
Molina finding some momentum, and he catches Wilder with a left hook. Molina on the attack, been showing composure and patience before slinging that catapult right that misses, but he had Wilder in trouble momentarily.
He's still in trouble. He should be throwing a combination. I don't know why he's looking for one big shot. Wilder's hurt. Molina should be throwing a combination right here. He's just waiting.
He wants that uppercut badly, does Molina, and he almost landed one a moment or two ago, but yes, not pressing the action here.
I don't know if he knew Deontay was as hurt as he was.
Wilder ate the shot, seems to have recovered, but Molina continues to put the pressure on him.
I'll tell you what the news story is, that he hurt him with the left hook, and that he's getting the left hooks in. It's not just a Molina right hand, so if he can mix a left hook in like this, he's going to be trouble for Deontay Wilder.
Final 60 seconds of the third round. A great round for the challenger, who hurt the champion Wilder with a left hook. Stiff jab connects by Wilder.
Stavern landed some left hooks against him, but did not hurt Wilder at all.
Molina told us he's hurt every opponent that he has faced.
Deontay can't be going straight back like that when Wilder attacks, or when Molina attacks. There, sidestep after counter. That's what he should be doing. If he goes straight back, he allows Molina to pick up momentum and follow him with punches.
Counter left hook by Wilder. High drama in the deep south as Molina, the prohibitive underdog, caught the champion with a left hook here in round 3.
For Eric Molina. First he lands the hook, then here comes the right hand that pushes Deontay Wilder back. And the key to that, as Paulie pointed out, was there were a couple punches in a row. He didn't just throw one punch. And then there would be a left hook by Molina. And this to me is important because this represents a punch they didn't expect to land from Molina, Paulie.
Yeah, and it was a really good shot, too.
Yes.
This is the one that hurt him, actually. And then the sidestep, the problem with Molina was I don't even think he realized how hurt Deontay was with that punch. He didn't really follow up the way he should have.
The crowd trying to rally the champion Deontay Wilder as we enter round number 4, having faced adversity in round 3.
Again, Deontay going straight back there. He's got to be careful. And I sense there's a little bit of losing patience with Deontay. You know, he's staying in the pocket a little too long, and that's why he got caught there out. You know, he wants to find that right hand behind the jab, but again, head hunting too much at times instead of varying his attack.
Only one opponent has made it out of round 4. That was Berman Stavern, who went the distance with Wilder in Wilder's title-winning performance in January, but not many people expected Eric Molina to still be standing here in the 4th round.
No, you're right, Mao. And not only still be standing, but have landed some punches of note, which he has. You know, when Molina does use his jab, there's the hook of Wilder. Also not a punch that's a signature punch, but he showed it more against Stavern. the total power punches, according to Show Stats. And you know, when you look at this number, it's pretty close in terms of what has been landed. And you can argue the case that Molina has landed the more meaningful of the power punches. But clearly Wilder has landed more jabs and has more punches landed overall in the fight.
Molina told us they studied a lot of Wilder. He expected a very physical fight. Feels people are underestimating his strength and power. They know Wilder can punch, but they are underestimating the power that he possesses. And Wilder did taste it in round 3, and now he administers some of his own power on Molina.
I actually think Eric Molina's fighting a very smart fight. You know why? He is not going to. He is kind of playing a change-up game with Deontay Wilder. Sometimes attacking, sometimes letting Wilder attack. And I'm not saying he's winning these rounds, but he's keeping himself in the fight.
You know what it is, Al? He doesn't have to impress anybody. He almost landed that big right hand. So he can kind of go into his lulls and try to bait Deontay to make mistakes and then suddenly attack. And Deontay, when there's those lulls, he's dying to make an impression on the crowd. You know, he's looking to create something that's sometimes not there, and he rushes in, and that could get him caught, you know? So Molina's playing at the crowd's advantage, and the crowd is almost at Deontay's disadvantage because he wants to impress them so badly.
Careful what you wish for, right? 30 seconds left in the 4th. And the crowd with a thunderous chant of Deontay as he has Molina cornered. Molina doing a good job of avoiding these shots. Almost landed that right uppercut.
You see what I'm saying? He's forcing shots there. Deontay throwing that right uppercut from the outside.
Corner. We will see the left hook right at the end of the round that lands from Deontay Wilder. And what a big break for Molina that punch came just seconds before the round would end. And as Paulie pointed out, a varying in style.
He's looking right hand. Look at Molina's eyes if we get another look at it. You don't get a look at it here. He was looking right hand the whole way. He never saw the left hook coming. He was looking right hand the whole way. And the shot that you don't see always hurts you more.
Baited him with the right, landed the crushing left hook, and as we begin round 5, the crowd on its feet, anticipating what will come next as Molina went down at the end of the round, had the minute to recuperate in his corner, and now is being hunted by the champion. Tell these great fans of Birmingham have waited a long time to see world-class boxing. They've been in fuego all night long.
Yeah, very engaged crowd, and of course this is what they've been waiting for. Wilder using the hook very effectively.
Doing a good job of avoiding those punches.
Yeah, and we saw that against Stavern, but if he was fighting a taller heavyweight, some of those where he went straight back with his hands down could be a problem.
Piston-like right hand finds its target.
And what happens when you start to land other shots? The right hand becomes effective again because now Molina has to look for those other punches. He can't just anticipate a right hand anymore.
Wilder looking to land his pièce de résistance. Molina wanting to find an opening.
And you know, Wilder's thrown 11 jabs and landed 5 according to Show Stats in this round. That is the punch that they believe makes everything work. Molina is still trying. You know, he's throwing those overhand rights, cranking up some hooks and uppercuts, and that's what he needs to do. And that right hand got in.
Yeah, the drummer boy looking to drum up some support of his own as he trying to main, but there's a right hand. He turns his back. Down goes Molina.
4, 5,
got to hold, guys. He's got to hold. You got to smother a hold.
Stop. High break. Let him go, Eric. Let him go.
A dominant round for Deontay Wilder as we head to the 6th. An amazing atmosphere in Alabama.
Time.
So I give Molina credit for getting out of the round, guys.
We got to work speed, baby. We got to keep it going back. We got to keep it going back. Go ahead, do it. We got to keep it going back.
Out of the corner. Okay, I'm doing this. He's gonna make mistakes, man. Okay. He can underestimate you now.
Okay. How's he doing?
Twice in that round,
Can't turn.
he would hit the canvas, Eric Molina. This would be the first time when Wilder, using the jab as a rangefinder, lands a very good right hand. That was what got Molina in trouble, and ultimately he would go down
With the follow-up, right?
with the follow after that. And it was hard even to see that first punch. Here's the second knockdown, Paulie.
And this was just, again, he was still hurt from the first one, I think, right here. And it's just, he's trying to get in there and smother. There's a good little uppercut by Deontay to create that distance. And then, of course, this was just all a barrage. He was just trying to find some space to get some breathing room. Accumulation knocked him down. He was still hurt from the first one.
Round 6.
Normally, in these middle rounds, they are rounds when Molina has done better in his fights. Oftentimes, it's not the best starter, and it has been tired sometimes when he's gone later in fights. The middle rounds have been better, but in these middle rounds, Wilder doing extremely well. Got to give Eric Molina credit.
In between rounds, veteran referee Jack Reese telling Molina's corner he can't turn his back because that is a sign of capitulation.
And good for Jack. That's good instructions. Good for Jack Reese for not panicking in this fight.
Yeah.
You know, he's giving Molina every chance within reason.
He's one of the best refs in the game, man.
Yeah, Jack's
some
doing
refs,
very
I'm
good.
telling you, some refs are, they got a big name, but sometimes they get panicky. Jack does a good job. Deontay was straight back there again.
And Molina has recovered and is now taking the fight to Deontay Wilder.
He got hit with that hook. He went straight back. It's gonna cost him if he's not careful.
Now Molina attacking the body like it's filled with candy here in Alabama with 1:45 left in the 6th.
See, there's the uppercut. Molina trying to land that punch. If he gets that in, it's meaningful. He can throw that punch.
Left hook lands again. Oh, stiff jab.
And that hook keeps surprising Molina. You trained all these weeks for what do you train for? Deontay's right hand. Now he's showing you a hook. It's surprising you.
There's another left hook by Wilder.
And Wilder did flash this punch against Stavern, but not as much as he has in this fight.
I think he's adjusted with the fight out. Because at first he was missing all his right hands.
Yep, good point.
Molina's been down a total of 3 times in the fight.
Earlier we showed you the power punches, and it was closer. Now you see Wilder moving out to a bigger margin, and most importantly, he has created knockdowns with those power punches.
Final minute of the 6th.
See, even if the left hook doesn't land for Deontay, it gives Molina something else to think about, and so he can't just look right hand.
Now, the longer Molina stays in this fight, the longer he has some opportunity to pull out lightning in a bottle, and he's hanging in there.
Puncher's chance right out.
Yeah, I mean,
especially in the heavyweight division.
Yeah,
You gotta be in it to win it.
Not suggesting he's going to, but you never know.
Well, this fight's exciting. Both guys show they can hurt each other.
15 seconds left in the 6th. Wilder on the attack. Stiff jab. Molina smothered by Wilder, and yet Molina lives to see another round.
You see he's looking right hand again there. You see how he kind of rolls back with the right hand.
Keep focused, everybody. Let's go.
What are you trying to do? He's trying to get away from the punches. Stab him hard. Use the jab. Use the jab. Good jab. and you're going straight back. That's how he's coming with them overhand rights when you're doing this. Open that ball.
We have to throw more punches. Throw combinations with speed. We don't need to land anything hard.
Okay.
Set him up.
You got him. He thought he had been had you by now. Take care of business. Hey,
That's Oliver McCall leaning in, who you rightly mentioned created a giant upset against Lennox Lewis.
We begin the second half of this heavyweight championship fight, the first of its kind in Wilder's home state of Alabama. Wanting to subject Molina to hard times, if you will, and I must say rest in peace to the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Molina believes in the American Dream, but right now he just landed. Wilder did a nightmare of a left hook.
Let him go. Stop.
Smart by Molina to hold on there.
Yep. First time he's done it. He's in trouble early in the round. A lot of time left in this round.
Wilder looking to maul Molina.
Here's a spot, though, where Wilder needs to be careful he doesn't get countered.
And he's throwing caution to the wind and hitting nothing but air with some of those shots.
You know what it is when you're so wild, you get countered on accident because the other guy might just get wild with you.
True.
Halfway through this championship bout, here are the unofficial scores, courtesy of Steve Farhood.
Stop. My break.
Mo, one-sided fight on the cards. Two words I didn't think we'd hear in this main event, round 7. But a 10-8 round for Wilder, a 10-7 round in the 5th. That's why he's up so much.
Work out there. Work out.
And Molina remains game, showcasing his corazon here to make it to round 7. He's been dropped 3 times.
And you know, the body work Molina's done has been pretty good in this fight in spots.
And Molina trying to turn this into a furious 7 coming up on the final minute of the round.
This one of the closer rounds in the fight. Clearly Molina behind so much because of those knockdowns that just winning rounds may not do much for him, but he's hanging in the fight.
I don't even think he came for a decision anyway.
No, definitely not.
Despite being hemmed in the corner, Molina trying to fight his way out, being smothered by the bigger Wilder. Molina began his career as a cruiserweight. Scale 228 for the Areola fight, was 241.5 for his most recent bout on the undercard of Wilder Stavern, and tipped the scales at 239.25 for this fight.
Nice body work again by Molina.
And I think it's smart to go to the body here in round 7. We still have 5 rounds left. He might take some of the air out of Wilder with that.
And some of his punches too.
Yeah.
You survived already, but they thought you would never survive. They thought you'd never make it to the
Every time you get close,
They thought you'd never make it to the 8th round.
every time you get this close, baby, we have to rip. He's fucking tired.
He's getting tired.
He's tired.
Beat the body over
Call
here.
time. You'll have your full minute. Step back. I want the doctor to look at him. Okay? Please. Don't talk to him. Nothing. Doc, take a look.
Now, early in the round, good work by Deontay Wilder. It looked like he hurt Molina again. But Molina did the smart thing there, which Paulie had been pointing out earlier he didn't. He held on. And what did that do? That created the chance, as the round went on, Molina did very well. Here's an example of body shots and trying the uppercut. That didn't get there, but the body work by Molina, very good. And you heard them suggesting to Molina in the corner that he's tired. They think that body work's having an impact.
Stay back, please. Number 8. Number 8. Number 8.
Round number 8.
You know, in his last fight, you mentioned he had never gone past 4 rounds. Wilder went 12 with Stavern, won it handily. He is winning this fight, certainly by a large margin, and we're in the later rounds. So he is showing certain stamina, but Molina is hanging in there and still doing some things offensively.
Molina's 2 previous losses were in the first round, all courtesy of right hands against Ashanti Jordan and Chris Arreola. But tonight, hanging tough here in round 8, despite being down 3 times. And now some gamesmanship.
A good attempted left hook by Deontay. You see when he throws his jab, he kind of gets Molina to start parrying it with the right hand. So you throw a few jabs, you set that trap, you make him parry with the right hand, and then suddenly you come around with the hook. Instead of he's parrying air and not protecting that right side of his face.
Oh, Molina almost walked into that right uppercut from Hades.
Again, watch when Deontay jabs. Lots of times at Molina will try to parry with that right hand. You see right there?
Yep.
Now you just throw a few jabs like that, and then you
clubbing right hand by Molina.
Throw a few jabs that way, and then suddenly surprise him with a left hook.
You know, Wilder has slowed his pace a bit. I'm not suggesting that he's tired, but I'm saying he's slowed the pace a little bit, and Molina's able to get some shots in, but the jab of Wilder remains effective.
Yeah, but now it's on the back foot, Alan, so Molina on the front foot can be more dangerous.
And Molina not really taking advantage of this moment, throwing only 13 punches in this round. He needs to be more active.
You know, these are big guys, Al. I think they're both kind of tired.
Yeah, I agree.
Final minute of the 8th. Wilder had run off 32 consecutive KOs before facing Berman Stavern. And now in tough against huge underdog Eric Molina, who came to at least put up whatever semblance of a fight he has in his arsenal. He's been down 3 times, and yet you can't question his guts and heart.
No, that's for sure. He's still trying. He's not in here just to survive. He's still trying.
And he's winging punches. Now I'll tell you, he has done very good body work.
And there's another shot to the body by Molina. Another right hand. Right uppercut by Molina. And those shots are getting through. Left hook behind the guard.
He's taking what Deontay gives him.
One thing to rope a dope, but it's another to end up being the dope as we go to round number 9.
That was a close round.
Very nice. Beautiful digging on the inside, man. One thing you're doing, you're pulling back. That's how you don't pull back. Just put your hands up. That's all. So when you start hitting with the jab, he stops.
Mark Breland talking about pulling back and getting caught, and that's exactly using the jab to try and set up the right hand for Molina. And then the overhand right clubs the ear of Wilder, and he tries to point out it's behind the head. But here's the body work of Molina. When Wilder gets in that shell and gives him places to punch, he will land those body punches. And the uppercut, which he's been trying to land all night, that one gets in.
And that's what you do. Even if you don't land the body shot clean and it doesn't have the full effect, at least you're taking Deontay's mind off the headshot, so you surprise him with a headshot.
Yeah, and that last right hand really made a difference.
We begin round 9. Deontay Wilder's maiden voyage as heavyweight champion has been forced to navigate some turbulent waters. Despite the fact that he's dropped Molina 3 times, he has yet to close the show.
And to follow up on your point, as Groucho Marx once said in a movie, this isn't how I imagined an ocean voyage. That's the left hook.
Unofficial scores after 8 rounds. Still a wide margin on Steve Farhood's scorecard in favor of the champ. But he gave the last round to Molina.
There is no question Deontay Wilder's winning this fight. None at all. But Eric Molina's hanging in there, and Deontay Wilder is giving people a chance to say, well, you're not really handling this guy like
well, there's a great shot, and he goes down faster than a plate of Alabama barbecue. And that is it. Wilder seals the deal.
Hey, Eric, you're done.
And as you expect in a heavyweight fight, one punch is all it takes.
You know, it's fascinating. Right when I said something, he's giving people a chance to question, what did he do? He blasted them out. Vander Holyfield impressed.
Molina's still trying to say he's fine. He's bouncing up and down in front of Jack Reese, showing him he's fine, but the fight's been called off already.
Molina went down for the 4th time, and that was it. Deontay Wilder in front of a partisan crowd, a raucous crowd here in Birmingham, feting the heavyweight champion. A valiant effort for Eric Molina.
I gave you everything I had. The opportunity came, you presented yourself like a challenger, and you did great. I gave you everything. Great, baby. Thank you. But this is history right here. And you gave these people something to see because half of them ain't never been to a boxing match before. So now they know the first thing. I thank you, bro.
Tremendous sign of sportsmanship between these two warriors. Molina telling Wilder he gave him everything he had, and Wilder saying you made the most of your opportunity.
And look at these numbers. You know, impressive in the jab department. That sets everything up for Wilder. And when you land 56% of your power punches, that is an impressive number. But let's give Molina credit. You know, he was able to land some power punches that were very good. But clearly, Wilder controlling this fight, and his overall percentage landed 47%. Wilder very good. So just when it looked like Eric Molina was going to take this fight even deeper, that right hand from Wilder, and that was a beauty, is what hurt Eric Molina. He went down in a way that definitely made Jack Reese stop this fight. Now, we mentioned Jack Reese is not the kind of ref that's going to panic, but he really felt it was appropriate there to stop this fight. The right hand, we've been waiting for the best one, it lands.
And that's the problem with Molina. He's trying to cut distance, and then halfway through cutting the distance, he second guesses his jab. See, he's trying to throw the jab. If we get another look at it, let's see. He's attempting to throw the jab, and then he changes his mind at the last minute. Watch. Trying to come in, he's trying to, and then he never actually extends the jab. He changed his mind, and that allowed Deontay to come over the top with the right hand. You're either going to commit fully, or you're not going to commit at all. You can't commit halfway, because that's how you walk into punches.
Al, what's the headline going to be tomorrow when people take a look back and reflect on what we saw here tonight?
You know, in the boxing world, you can never tell. But the question is whether people look at this as a glass half full or glass half empty performance. No question, Deontay Wilder did some very good things. We're looking at some of the good things he did right here. He lands a very good straight right hand. That's the one that ended this fight. He had been landing more left hooks as power punches as this fight went on, but that one was a beautiful right hand. And when Wilder lands a really good right hand, most heavyweights are going to fall.
So he defends the title for the first time in front of his fellow Alabamians. History here tonight in Birmingham. A dramatic night of action. Let's go to Jim Gray.
All right, Mo, I just spoke with Jack Reese, the official referee in the ring here. He stopped the fight because he said he went down for the 5th time. He did not like the body language on the last knockdown, even though he got up with plenty of time. He just said he did not like the way that he was responding to him and felt he had taken enough punishment and he could not return into the fight. Mathematically, he felt he was out of it and just had no zip left, so he stopped the fight. Mo?
Thanks, Jim. A tip of the hat to Eric Molina. Does so much great work at his high school working with special ed children. He's been an underdog his entire life. Let's make it official with Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time. 1 minute, 3 seconds of round number 9. He is the winner by way of knockout and still the undefeated WBC heavyweight champion of the world, the Bronze Bomber, Deontay Wilder.
You did
Paul, your final thoughts on the main event?
Molina did not do himself a disservice in defeat. Wilder got its homecoming victory. Got some hiccups. It all made for some good action. Obviously, it was one-sided, but still a good action fight.
And Deontay Wilder gets what he most wanted, which was a defense of his title. Few chinks in the armor against a taller, more effective fighter that might have hurt him, but he got the job done and showed us he's got stamina still.
All right, let's go to Jim Gray.
All right, Mo, thank you very much. Deontay, congratulations on your first title defense. You overpowered him, you dominated with 5 knockdowns, yet he still managed to hang in there throughout this fight and gave you a considerable amount of resistance to leaving. Were you surprised with that?
First, I want to holler out, Alabama, baby! We up in here, man. I'm so happy, man. You know, first, I'd like to thank God. I'd like to thank Al Heyman. I'd like to thank my bomb squad team, man. All the support, all the people that put on. Oh, shit, we here. Alabama, what's up, baby? Woo. Yo, I love you guys. Thank you for the support and all that travel, man. Thank you guys, man. This is what it's all about. We made history tonight, baby. And this is the first of many. I love you guys, Alabama, all day.
Now to the question.
Now the question. You know
Dominating, you knocked him down 5 times, but he didn't go away. Were you surprised with the difficulty you had in getting this fight stopped?
To be honest, I definitely was surprised, you know. And it does my heart so good, even to stand here in front of him right now and to say, man, this guy got heart. All the critics doubted him. All the naysayers said he wouldn't be able to last. But I'm so proud of him, man, and he got my support from this point on because this is the first ever title defense in any weight division here in the state of Alabama. And what I needed was a tough guy. I needed a guy that had heart. I needed a guy that was going to get dropped and come back up and still fight. I needed that. And Eric Molina, I got that out of him. It wouldn't have done the crowd of the state of Alabama no good to see a quick knockout because they wouldn't have saw them because half of them ain't never been to a boxing match. Some of them is their first time, man. We appreciate they have it right here. So, man, I respect him, and I thank him for the opportunity to come and accept the challenge and put on a great show for the state of Alabama.
Right. Deontay, with the 4 knockdowns that you achieved tonight, it still seemed as though you were looking for your right hand considerably. You caught him with that left in the early round and knocked him down. Did that force you to know that you had to do a little bit something different other than try and be dependent on your right hand?
Yeah, definitely. You know, one of the reasons I wanted to shoot my right hand so much is I wanted to test it, you know. That was one of the biggest things in my mind was
testing the injury?
Testing the injury. We'll see if my hand will hold
and how did it come up?
It came out great. It came out great. He was doing a lot of ducking, so I couldn't really. I got some shots in, and still was trying to test it. But it held up pretty good. That was the only doubt I had in my mind each and every time. I'm like, all right, let me try this round. Let me try that round. So, man, it turned out real great. You know, first off, we're a thinker. We like to think in the ring. We don't like to rush. And you see, I was calm. I was cool, collective. I was picking my shots, and that's what it's all about. You know, I used to be Wild because of my last name, Wilder. You know, so right now we're just a technician. We're trying to become a technician and box instead of be the hardcore puncher. We know the punch is going to come. We just taking our time with it.
So even though you're the champion now, with your belt, WBC, are you still a work in progress and still learning?
I'm definitely still a work in progress and learning. I always tell myself, once I stop learning, I don't want to be in the sport no more. I have fun when I'm learning. When I'm a know-it-all, it's nothing else to learn. You know, that's no fun. I like to learn. I'm still a work in progress. I think I'm going to still be a work in progress until I collect all the belts. I'm still going to be a work in progress until I retire.
Povetkin is up next as your mandatory. Is that what you would like to do?
Say that again.
Povetkin. Would you like to fight him?
Oh, definitely. I'm looking forward to my first mandatory. You know, I got my voluntary. He responded, and he responded well. We made history in the state of Alabama again, baby. I love y'all guys, the state of Alabama, and I'm looking forward to my first mandatory. That's for sure.
All right, Deontay, congratulations.
And you know, I like to thank Shelly Fingers as well too, man. You know, he's been a great guy, been beside me from day one, man. And I don't want to leave anybody that got something to do with my career. I like to thank anybody I'm leaving out, man. Forgive me. I'm excited right now, and I just thank you and love y'all guys. And Alabama, we up in here, baby.
Congratulations, Deontay. Eric, first of all, how are you feeling?
I feel great. I mean, I'm very blessed for the opportunity to come out here to Alabama. Alabama showed me a lot of respect coming in here. I told you guys I was going to come and bring everything I got, and I gave everything I got. All my people back at home, the Rio Grande Valley, I gave everything I got. And you know what? It wasn't the result that I wanted, but what can I do?
You gave him greater resistance. You were very, very tough.
to get out of this fight, even though you went down on several occasions. You were very game, and you managed to kind of crawl back into the fight, not on points, but with an opportunity to hit him with the shot. Did you feel as though the fight was right by Jack Reese to stop at that moment?
You know what? I respect the referee. He has a job to do, and he did his job. I respect the stoppage. You know, I don't know. I have to see the tape, but, man, I'm very blessed to come out here and give everything I got. This is my dream, to fight for the heavyweight world title. I mean, I feel good, man. Deontay Wilder's a great fighter, and I want him to be great now. He needs to go be great, and I'll see where I go from here. This is a dream come true to come fight for the heavyweight world title, and you know what? I gave it all I got, and that's all I can do.
You sure did. Thank you, Eric. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Jim.
All right, Mo, back to you.
Thank you very much, Jim. Very gracious in defeat. And, of course, Deontay Wilder, the WBC heavyweight champions. We look at the official scores at the time of the stoppage. And we bring in our unofficial scorer, Steve Farhood, for a quick comment.
Mo, Keith Hughes gave one round, round 7, to Molina. Juan Carlos Pelayo gave round 3 to Molina. Otherwise, every round in the fight went to Wilder. I don't know if you can be a winner when you've been dropped 4 times, but expectations were so low for Molina that I think he joins the state of Alabama and Wilder as winners tonight.
Well said, Stephen, and the score is really maybe not reflective of the effort by Molina to stay in the fight despite being dropped 4 times. It is what it is, and it's hashtag and still as we go to Brian Custer.
All right, Mo, thank you very much. To me, the story of this fight was the effort by Eric Molina. Hey, this fight lasted a lot longer than many thought it was. Molina came to fight. He put on quite a show. All right, let's recap our night here from Bartow Arena in Birmingham. We started with the vacant IBF Junior Lightweight title. Jose Pedraza taking on Andre Klimov, and Pedraza is known as a sniper for a reason. Number of flurries that left to the body. He dominated this fight, got the unanimous decision. He's now the IBF champion. And in the main event, the WBC heavyweight title on the line, Deontay Wilder, the native son, knocked Molina down 4 times. The first one came in the 4th round, and then that 4th knockdown came in the 9th round. You see that big right there. Jack Reese said it was enough. Deontay Wilder, 33 knockouts now in 34 fights. He gets the stoppage. He retains his WBC title. Now for Al Bernstein, Mauro Ranallo, Paulie Malignaggi, Steve Farhood, Jim Gray, and our entire Showtime sports crew, I'm Brian Custer. Good night from Alabama.